So here was my case for Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is currently averaging 33 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists per game. He's shooting 53% from the field, 33% from three, 85% from the line. He is currently carrying the number 3 defense in the NBA. He is the centerpiece, the rock that holds that entire defense together. Guys like James Harden are out there. Tyrese Maxey has been an aggressive defender when he was healthy, but not a great defender, in my opinion. He's still trying to manage how to use his aggressiveness to its best capabilities while still being 6'2" or so. D'Anthony Melton is an aggressive defender. I think Tobias Harris has gotten a lot better defensively than what he's gotten credit for over the course of the last couple of years. But at the end of the day, Joel Embiid is the guy that's like carrying that thing on his shoulders like he is Atlas right now defensively, while also averaging 33 points a game. He is second in the NBA in scoring, while doing so actually at a very efficient level because he is shooting 85% from the line on 12 free throws per game. Like currently, he has a true shooting percentage that is about 7 points higher than league average. Anytime that you have 33 points per game on a true shooting percentage that is that much better than league average, while you're also carrying a top 3 defense, I have to have you somewhere in these rankings. Now, I also dinged him a little bit for playing time. He has played so far this season 957 minutes. That is going to be about, for instance, 33% lower than Jason Tatum has played, right? I also just think on a permanent basis, he's been better than Jason Tatum this year. I do. He is averaging an absurd number of points while being a top 5 defensive player in the NBA. It's a similar argument to Giannis in a lot of ways, I think, but I just kind of had to get Joel Embiid on here somewhere.
I want to shout out his perimeter shooting too, because I think it's such a vital skill for him, particularly because I don't think he's a great passer. Like Anthony Davis, he's made some strides over the last couple of years, but still when it comes to like really swarming defenses that try to get the ball out of his hands, he can struggle a little bit making reads. So I've always thought that his ability to shoot over the top of the defense is vitally important. And it's secretly been one of the big downfalls of his game over the last few playoff runs is in the playoffs, he gets outside of the restricted area and he can't shoot anymore. But he's having this like ridiculous accurate shooting season, particularly from the mid range. And that makes that's really encouraging to me because a lot of his jump shots, Joel Embiid can beat double teams with jump shots because he's so damn tall. Like they'll come with the double and he'll just spin over his right shoulder and shoot a jumper. Like even his game winner against the Raptors, I think, was against a double team. Like he just can turn and fire. And so I like the way that this is kind of progressing for Philly. I had them 5th in my power rankings before the season, so I actually think they have a real chance to win the title. And I think they're poised to have a great playoff run. But I do think I'm with you. If he can't be available as much as some of the top guys on this list, I don't think you can get him on, into that number 1 spot realistically.
I will also say that I think in the case of Embiid, his ability to handle doubles has actually regressed a little bit this year. I think he's gotten a little bit worse at it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 3.9 turnovers per game. The last couple of years, he'd gotten that number to like a much more controllable 3.1, 3.1, 3.1 each of the last 3 years. He's like at 4 right now. You can feel it that he seems to be not quite as comfortable with doubles, which is weird because you would think that like there wouldn't be a regression and a thing that is like almost feel for the game oriented, but like for whatever reason, I would bet you the numbers would indicate that he is turning the ball over more when teams are doubling him than what he had over the course of the last couple of years.